Bonjour, welcome back. Je m'appelle Herman, my name is Herman, and welcome to another French grammar lesson on FrenchTasticPeople.com. Today's French grammar lesson is about les adjectifs possessifs, possessive adjectives. Les adjectifs possessifs. What are they and what do they allow us to do? Let's look at the following three sentences. J'ai rendez-vous avec mon docteur. Mon docteur demain. J'ai rendez-vous avec mon docteur demain. I have an appointment with my doctor tomorrow, or I'm seeing my doctor tomorrow. Leurs parents sont à la maison. The parents are home. Leurs parents, leurs. Ce ne sont pas mes chaussures. Ce ne sont pas mes chaussures. Ce ne sont pas mes chaussures. So, mon, leur, and mes are all possessive adjectives. So, what do they allow us to do? What are they revealing? Mon, leur, mes. And there are many other possessive adjectives. So let's look at a tentative definition of a possessive adjective. First of all, let's see what they allow us to do. So they modify a noun. In this case, mon docteur. The mon here, possessive adjective mon, modifies docteur. So they modify a noun to indicate a form of possession. This is a key word here, possession. They indicate a form of possession as they establish a sense of belonging or ownership to a specific person, animal, or thing. So these are keywords for you to retain. A sense of belonging, sense of ownership, and they indicate a form of possession to a specific person, animal, or a thing. So in simple terms, by using a possessive adjective, you're simply showing that you have or you own something. That's what you simply express by using a possessive adjective. And another key thing to retain about possessive adjectives, first, well, they are adjectives, and as such, they will agree in number and gender with the noun that they modify. French adjectives, unlike English adjectives, will agree in number and gender. That is, if the noun is feminine, you will have to use a feminine possessive adjective. If the noun is plural, in the plural form, therefore the possessive adjective will also be in the plural form. Singular, singular. Masculine, masculine. So let's look again at the sentence here. Mon docteur, mon docteur. Mon is the possessive adjective that accompanies doctor, my doctor. Doctor is masculine singular, and so is the possessive adjective mon, masculine singular. Leurs parents, parents, un parent, des parents. Parent is masculine plural. As you can see, we have an S here. And leur, which modifies the noun parent, is also masculine plural. Mes chaussures. Chaussure is feminine plural here, in the feminine plural form. Une chaussure. Des chaussures. Chaussure is in the feminine plural form, and so is mes. Mes here is also feminine plural. That's what we meant by they must agree in number and gender with the noun that they modify. So these are the two main aspects to retain when it comes to possessive adjectives. Now, let's look at, here's a list of all possessive adjectives, and let's read them aloud. And I'm giving you here the persons. So the person who owns, the person who has. Je, I. Tu, you, in the singular form, informal. Il, elle, he and she. Nous, we, vous, you as a group, or you, sir, formal. And il, in the plural form for boys. Elle, they, plural form for women, girls. So when the person who owns, who has, says my, you could translate my as mon, ma, mes, based on the gender and number of the possessed item. So mon professeur. Professeur is masculine. I will use mon. I am the one establishing an ownership or a belonging relationship with my teacher. Therefore, I will use mon, because professeur is masculine, you use mon. If I say ma table, saying that the table belongs to me, table is feminine. Therefore, I will need to use a feminine my. In this case, it's ma table. If I say my tables in the plural form, I need to establish this possession relationship with mes. Because tables is plural, we need to use mes, which will agree in number with the noun table in the plural form. So mon, ma, mes. Ton, ta, tes, when the owner is tu. Ton, ta, tes. Your. Son, sa, ses. Il, elle, for his, her, and its. Notre, nos. This is the singular form. This is the plural form. So our. Notre mère, our mother. Nos parents, our parents. So singular, plural. Votre. Singular, vos, plural. Leur. Singular, leur, plural. And these could be either masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. Unlike the first three persons, je, tu, il, elle, where you could see clearly the distinction between the masculine and the feminine. Mon, ma, ton, ta, son, sa. But with notre, votre, and leur, they are both masculine and feminine. All right. Now, let's look at the possessive adjectives one by one. So when the owner is je, when the person who owns the thing is je, meaning I, you have mon, masculine, ma, feminine, mes, plural, which means my. Mon père est avocat. My father is an attorney. Ce n'est pas ma voiture. Ce n'est pas ma voiture. This is not my car. Mes enfants sont maintenant adultes. My children are now adults. Please note that ma will change into mon when it is followed by a vowel. For example, let's say my friend Sylvia, so she's a girl, and I say my friend. The word for friend is ami. Ami, and in the feminine form, it takes an e. So we said that because ami is feminine, we should say ma ami, right? Because ma is for the feminine nouns. However, ami starts with a vowel. Therefore, we should change ma into mon. Mon ami. So here you could say, well, we have a masculine possessive adjective going with a feminine noun, right? That shouldn't be the case, but because ami is starts with a vowel, you will have to use mon instead of ma. That's how it goes in French. So, mon ami. All right, let's move on to your, tu. When the subject who owns is tu, you. So, ton, ta, tes. Ton père est avocat. Ce n'est pas ta voiture. Tes enfants sont maintenant des adultes. And just like with ma becoming mon, ta also becomes ton in front of a vowel or a silent H. Let's move on to the subjects il and elle, he and she. We have son, sa, ses. Now, something to really stress. Let me move this to the side. Something important to stress. This is where there's a clear distinction between English and French. Well, in English, when I say his parents or his friends, his shows us the gender of the person who has a belonging or ownership relationship with the thing or with the person. His table, right? Or his computer. We know that the person owning the thing is a male. If I say her computer, the person owning the computer, who has the computer, is a female. In French, you will not be able to know the gender of the person who owns the thing. If I say son ordinateur, son ordinateur is masculine. Ordinateur means a PC, a computer. Ordinateur, It's masculine. So un ordinateur. Ordinateur. If I want to say his computer, I will say son ordinateur, his. If I wanted to say her computer, I will also say son ordinateur. So both son mean his and her in French. Son ordinateur could be a woman owning a PC, so her computer. It could also be a male owning a PC, his computer. So that's a main difference. You cannot you don't have any clue regarding the owner's gender in French. However, you can have a clue about the gender of the thing that is possessed, that is owned. That's the main difference between English possessive adjectives and French possessive adjectives. Now, let's read the example. Son père est avocat. His, her, its father is an attorney. Son père. We don't know if it's a boy or if it's a girl whose father is an attorney. We just use both his father. Based on the context, we'll be able to know. But from the sentence like this, we cannot tell that it's only her father or his father. Both will be okay. Ce n'est pas sa voiture. That's not his car. That's not her car. Or that's not its car. Ses enfants sont maintenant des adultes. Ses enfants, we don't know whose children. It could be a woman's children or a man's children. So his children, her children will be fine. And just like ton, ma and ta turning into mon and ton before a vowel or silent H, ça will become also son before a vowel or silent H. So instead of saying sa ami, like his friend or her friend, you will say son ami. All right. Now, how about the subject nous, we? Well, we have notre, which could be either feminine or masculine. Notre, our. Notre could be used for a feminine noun. So notre table, our table. Table is feminine. Or notre ordinateur. Ordinateur is masculine. Our, notre. Nos is a plural form. Nos enfants, our children. Okay? Now, for the next one, this one should be, there's a typo, it should be vous. Instead of nous, vous. And I will correct it later, but it should be vous. So for vous, you will say votre, for your. Vous here as a group of people, or vous formal, like you sir, you ma'am. You have the formal you, which is vous. So it could be vous, a group of people, many people that I will refer to as vous, or it could be vous, you sir, you ma'am. All right. So votre, your, and vos is your in the plural form, like your children, vos enfants. Your child, votre enfant, singular. Child is enfant is masculine. It's also feminine. Un enfant. So that works fine. Votre table, your table. And votre ami, your friend, your male friend, votre ami. Votre père est avocat. Your father is an attorney. Your father. So here, votre père. Ce n'est pas votre voiture. That's not your car. Vos enfants sont maintenant des adultes. Your children are now adults. Okay. Now, finally, we have il, the subjects il, elle, they, masculine, they, feminine. We have leur, their, both masculine and feminine. So, leur père, their father. Ce n'est pas leur voiture. This is not their car. Leurs enfants, their children. For the plural form, you need to place an S. Leurs enfants. All right. So what you should retain here is the notion of gender and number, and the fact that in French, the gender of the possessive adjective should always match the thing or person that is owned, or the thing or person with which we want to establish some kind of belonging, a sense of belonging or ownership. That's what you should keep in mind. All right, now we have a quiz. I'm giving you here some nouns, French nouns like table, mouton in the plural form, problème, école, hôtel, enfant. I'm giving you either the gender or the number. Now, when la table, the table, is mine, for me, you should be able to say my table, right? It's my table, for me, my table. How would you say that in French, knowing that table is feminine? Well, my, the feminine for my is ma. Ma table, my table. Ma table. Let me erase this one. Ma table, my table. Okay. Now, for you, what if I wanted to say your table? Your table for you. What would you say? His table, her table, its table, our table, your as a group table, their table. Go ahead and fill in the blanks. So mouton, mouton. My sheep, like many of them sheeps. If I don't know if that's something that you could say in English. My sheeps, like sheep. What if you wanted to say that you own several sheep, right? So which would you say for my several heads of sheep, cattle? So mes moutons, mes moutons for my sheeps. I don't know if you should put an S to sheeps. It's something that I should check out. But mes moutons. Now, what if the sheep were yours? Right? How would you say it? Or were his or were hers? So go ahead and fill in the blank. All right. So that's quite a long lesson. It ended up being quite long, but I wanted to give you enough details on the possessive adjectives in French. All right. And go ahead, fill in the blanks, and put your answers in the French lab. And I will be happy to help you out if you need any assistance. Merci et à très bientôt. Au revoir.